Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to talk about how to create a practical plan for implementing all the self-improvement advice that is out there, right? I've sifted through thousands of YouTube videos, articles, books, and over the years I created a sort of framework for how to live my life so that I can invest in many different areas, such as fitness, such as diet, such as side hustle or making money, such as my education and learning, uh, many different aspects of life. And I sort of organize them in pillars because I think these are the main chunks of creating a good life, right? The main aspects. So hopefully me giving examples from my own life of how I'm building these pillars will give you a practical plan of how to do it yourself. So let's start off with the first and I think most important pillar, which is mental health. Okay, the reason I think this is the most important is because without this pillar, you basically can't do much of everything else, right? If your mental health sucks, you're not going to be very confident, so your social skills will suck. If you're not if you're depressed or anxious, you won't do well in your job. You probably will eat shit food because you're trying to compensate for your unhappiness. Like it bleeds into everything else, right? So mental health is the most important because your mind is working in every single situation, right? So the common denominator is your mind, the quality of your mind. If your mind is on your side, everything else works smoothly. And the two habits that I'm implementing for boosting this mental health so that I have the most calmness and energy throughout the day and peace is meditation. There's many different techniques you can search on this, but consistently meditating every single day, you could start with 10 minutes, 20 minutes, doesn't matter. And gratitude journaling, which is basically journaling certain points about what you're grateful about in life. And the great thing about these two habits is that unlike other habits in self-improvement or ideas in self-improvement, these two habits are about appreciating what you already have and being happy for what you already have, which ironically makes you more productive because you're more happy and gets you what you want in the future, right? So if you're more happy, you're more likely to be focused, more productive, make more money, get better grades. You get the point. So after this, mental health, if you've got this checked off, which I think you have to do first, because it's the most important, as I said, we're now building on top of mental health, right? So mental health is at the bottom, and then all the other pillars are on top of mental health, right? They stem from mental health. The second pillar is social skills. Now, this is very interesting skill, right? Because it's very diverse. You can use it to charm people. A part of social skills is humor, developing your humor, uh, being confident around people, befriending people, leading people. For example, you could compliment people on how they dress, how they look, what they're doing, uh, appreciating people, building connections with people. This could also help in your job because you're creating a whole organization like network of people which you can communicate with, and they can share ideas and tips for how to work better. So it bleeds into all other areas of life as well, like work, your mental health, because you're talking to people. We need that for our minds to be healthy. And this is, I think, very important for me because me as a person, I like psychology, I like philosophy, I like social skills, I like giving advice to people. So social skills is a very important skill for me to build. And the way you build this, I think, most importantly, is you go out there and you talk to people. It's that simple. You go and push yourself, you approach that girl, approach that guy, talk to strangers, compliment people, as I said. And to really boost your theory behind social skills, other than the practice, you can also read books like How to Win Friends and Influence People, right? This is a classic in self-help, and it's 70 years in print. Okay, 70 years. I don't think that's a coincidence. Like, it's a really good book, man, on social skills. So read this book. It'll give you the basic framework for how to communicate properly with people and befriend people and lead people. So social skills, the second pillar. Now the third pillar we have is your uh, career or business, right? Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your life, bro? Like, you want to be an accountant, lawyer, doctor, engineer, Or do you want to do something different, like you want to code, or you want to make a YouTube channel, you want to give advice to people, you want to do public speaking, you want to, I don't know, do some other crazy shit. Like, what do you want to do to make you money in the future? Because you're going to have to survive, right? You're going to have to make money somehow. And that's either through a business that becomes successful or a high-end job, right? That makes you a lot of money. So you need to think about this and then really contemplate what you're doing, because most of your time will be invested in your career or business. So that's very important. So now that we got that second pillar, which I think the third pillar, which is career and business, out of the way, which I think is extremely important after mental health, we now go into the fourth pillar, which is your fitness and health, right? Now, many people, when they're young, they neglect this, which I think is a really big problem, because while you have time, I think you should be on the offense and not on the defense sort of mindset with taking care of your body. So many people in my age group, especially 18 to 25, they drink a lot, they party a lot, they eat shit food because they think, oh, I want to have fun, I want to, maximize my pleasure, and I'm already healthy, so it doesn't really matter. But I think this is the wrong mindset, because you are young, you are healthy, and you gotta be on the offense. Like, you have to have the attack mindset where you're like, okay, let's improve on this even more, right? So, for example, for me, what I'm doing to increase this pillar every day is going to the gym 3 to 5 times a week. And I also want to add martial arts once or twice a week, okay? Because there's something about being punched in the face that builds your character, right? It's like adversity in one of the most physical forms possible to man. So that's why I think martial arts is incredible. And so is gym, in a sense, because weightlifting is difficult, it's hard work. And yeah, it also shows in your body after some time, it shows the results, right? So fitness and health, and also a great diet to complement the fitness, because if you have a shit diet, then yeah, your fitness will kind of not be there. Like, if you drink alcohol and shit food, obviously your physique will look like shit. But it's not just about the physique, it's about being healthy and having tons of energy, right? It's not only about the muscle. Now, the final two pillars are education and side hustle, right? So let's start off with side hustle. So I already talked about your career or main business you want to start. Maybe you're studying as a psychology to become a psychologist or therapist, but what other passions do you have? Like, do you want to start something on the side? Maybe, like, do you want to maybe set aside 1 hour or 2 hours a day to work on coding? Or do you want to start coaching people online and build a YouTube business or some shit like I am? That's the example from my own life. So I'm building this YouTube channel. Hopefully in the next 3 to 5 years, it will become really, really good, right? My speaking skills will be very well improved, and the ideas I create in my mind will be expressed really, really well, and my filmmaking skills will become amazing. And that will culminate in a lot of success for my side hustle. And as for my career right now, I didn't say what my career is I'm studying psychology, and I think I would do well as a coach. So that's why I'm combining psychology with YouTube side hustle, because I love psychology. And combining your career with side hustle, right? Like, having a main direction you're going to, and knowing that what you're generally studying in university is what you like and what you want to do with your future is really important, right? So yeah, that was the side hustle business. That was my example. I film about 2 videos a week and I upload. Now the final pillar that we finally reached to is education, okay? So there's 2 types of education. There's university education and there's the self-education route, okay? I'm doing both. I'm reading and on my own, and I'm also reading for university, right? I'm learning about psychology in psychology courses. Now, I think both is really important because you maximize your potential, right? If you're just learning in university, you miss out on self-education, but if you miss out on university, then, the degree could help you get a job or something, career, and could give you a head start. So having the best of both worlds is what I'm doing. I currently, in my life as an example, read for an hour, and for university study work, I study for about 2 to 3 hours a day. Okay, so these 5 pillars, okay, mental health, fitness and diet, side hustle, education, and there was a final one, social skills. These 5 things, if I develop over the next 5 years, will make me an amazing person. It's just obvious, right? But the problem is that I have to become conscious of it every single day, remind myself every single day that I'm doing this, so that I put in the effort every single day. It's the baby steps that lead you to that point you want to get to. So I think that's the problem with self-improvement, is that you have a general idea of what to do, but it's just difficult to do it every single day, right? It's just difficult to wake up at the same time every day, go to the gym almost every single day, you know, meditate every single day, read every single day. Like, it's difficult as fuck, right? And then also working on your social skills, even though you're shy or anxious. Like, it's a constant battle, right? And even though I give you this practical plan, obviously you have to put in the work. So focusing basically on your fitness, finances, and confidence are what these 5 pillars are about, right? That's basically what it is. Because if your mental health is on point, you'll be confident. If your social skills are on point, you're going to be confident. If your business or career and side hustle are on point, you have lots of finances. If your fitness and diet is on point, the fitness will be good. You get the point, okay? You get the fucking point. These are the 3 main areas I think I'll be devoting a lot of time to. And this was an example, a framework of how to build the Renaissance man, which is basically an idea that came from the Enlightenment period, where, for example, Leonardo da Vinci was a Renaissance man. He was highly intelligent in multiple areas of life. Like, he was a sculptor, but he wasn't only a sculptor, he was a painter, but he wasn't only a painter, he was an architect, he was also an engineer. Like, so many different areas, right? And I think I can do that in my own life to become an amazing person. So I could be fit, I could have lots of money, I could be passionate, I could be confident. Like, why not, you know? And this was a practical plan for your life. Of course, the thing is, life is like a video game, right? Like, you have your own build. Like, you're probably not going to want to develop the social skills I want to develop, because you're more of like the geeky, nerdy archetype, right? You want to develop maybe your coding skills to a high level, so that's your career to a high level. Maybe your social skills less, because you're focusing on your work. Mental health, of course, has to be to a certain height, otherwise your career won't be really good. And finally, your diet and fitness you want to keep relatively okay, so that your career is really good, right? So it all depends on who you are as a person. Like, like life is like an RPG, literally. Like, you decide the character you build, right? And the daily efforts you make to build your character are what determine who you'll be in the future. So you have to kind of align your life with who you are, right? If you're the nerdy type of guy, as I said, then social skills and maxing out your social skills and public speaking skills may not be for you. Like, you're more of the logical, like, mathematical type person. But then maybe there's someone who is a very outgoing, risk-taking person. So he may want to do daredevil stunts or some crazy shit like that. He wants to, hike or talk to lots of people or film himself in fucking bungee jumping or some crazy shit, right? So it all depends on who you are as a person, right? I kind of set up my life with the university I'm going to and the course I'm doing and the side hustle I'm doing and the books I'm reading to what I love to do, right? So you have to do that for yourself and build the stats or skills that most resonate with you. So that's all I have for today. As I want to summarize, the 5 main pillars I think in life are social skills, mental health, career and business, side hustle, and what was the last one? Fitness and diet. Okay? These are what I'm using to ace life. So I hope you ace life too, and see you in another one. Peace.